Hey everyone, welcome to this channel. I hope you all are doing well. So today is the full moon which is happening in the sign of Cancer. So it's either today or tomorrow depending on where you live. And we are in Capricorn season. The sun is in Capricorn and moon is in Cancer. So what does this mean for us? So Capricorn is an earth sign. It has to do with being practical about things, being ambitious. It has to do with our work. And Cancer rules home and family. So we will, it's interesting. So we will all be feeling some kind of, work-life clashes, and we would be, thinking about ways to create some kind of work-life balance. So we can, so one area is not getting all our attention, but we are also spending time on other things. So if we are focusing more on work, even when we are at home, then it's a reminder for us to also focus on the home and family, those aspects, those needs, relationships and things like that. However, if we are focusing only on home and family and the work is kind of taking a back seat, then it's a reminder for us to focus on our goals. What is it that we want to create in our life? If something is sitting on the back burner, then this is our, then we are asked to make it a priority and take the necessary steps that needs to be taken in order to complete those tasks. So yes, so earth energy and water energy. Water, Cancer is a water sign, so it has to do with emotions, feelings, very nurturing energy, very caring, nurturing. So what I'm intuitively getting is, it's a perfect time for us to focus on something that we want to, that is close to our heart. So, so this Cancer full moon is pouring the nourishing energy needed. So it's it's very motivating. It's very, it inspires us to nourish our dreams. And earth and water, beautiful energy, because we need water to grow something, right? To grow, flourish, thrive. And earth gives us the space, gives us the opportunity. So that's what I'm getting intuitively. So now let's get into the cards and see what this energy has in store for us. So I will pull one card for each sign and then one card from the oracle deck to see what the angel message is for us. Okay, so now let's begin with Aries. So Aries, I will put the timestamps if you are, I wanted to do the live reading, but because it's a new channel, and I'm filming this on my phone, I didn't realize I'm not allowed to do live readings. So I need either a webcam or some other device. So, however, I will put the timestamps in the description box below. And if this is your, also remember to watch the moon and the rising sign. Okay, because this is a full moon reading, and maybe if the sun sign reading doesn't resonate with you, maybe the moon or the rising sign probably would. Okay, and again, I'm reading for all signs. Some messages may resonate, some may not. Take what resonates for you and let go of the rest. Okay, and if this does resonate, let me know in the comments. Do like the video, subscribe to the channel, whatever it takes to help me grow this channel. Thank you so much for your support. So if you know someone who needs to hear these messages, please share the video with them. So all right, so Aries, this is your full moon reading. Aries, sun, moon and rising. Let's see what this full moon has in store for you, Aries. All right, Queen of Pentacles, that is totally Capricorn energy, earth energy. That's what Pentacles is all about. And Aries, this has to do with spending a lot of time at home. And like I said, like nurturing, nourishing, self-care, and focusing on something that's really important for you. So this is home and family, children, spending time with your loved ones. For some, this could also be a strong focus on something material. You know, maybe it could be your home. Maybe you are thinking about decorating, redoing your home, you know, decorating, bringing in some new plants, like new furnishings and things like that. For some, this could also be, you know, making some investment, buying home, buying, selling, things like that. And this is also a strong focus on your finance, money and finance. So it could also be a job opportunity, like an offer coming your way, something like that, making some kind of investment, starting a new business. And for some, this is also like being very protective. It may have something to do with children in your life, your own children, or it could be parents, the people you will love. Very like you are feeling very protective towards them. Yes, and this card, the rabbit here, also has to do with fertility. So it could mean good news for some of you. Something to do with pregnancy related news, or it could be someone you know, friends, family, someone. Very earth energy, a great time for self-care. So it could also be, you know, focusing on your body. And for some reason with this, what I'm also getting is now you are paying more attention to the way you look. So it could also be you know, buying new clothes. It could be a vehicle, something to do with your home. Yeah, something to do with your looks. So clothing, jewelry, or making, investing in you, learning something new. You know, learning a new skill, some kind of business ideas is what I'm also getting. So very kind of nice, beautiful energy, very quiet, like just focusing on something that you really care about. It could also be someone you know, Aries. So this is earth energy, so it has to do with Taurus, Capricorn, Virgo. So it could be that you are dealing with someone whose sun, moon or rising is either Taurus, Virgo or Capricorn, or it could be that you know, these signs are in your chart. So something to do with a motherly figure. Could be a parent, it could be your own parent or someone, you know, a parent figure. So yes, so that's what this card is about, Aries. And let me see what your angel message is. For some, this could also be, you know, focusing on your like garden, you know, bringing in some new plants, spending time in a garden, in a park, with plants, yeah, spending time in nature, a vacation. Yeah, lovely energy actually. So let's see. Or you know, it could also be about if this has to do with somebody else, then this is also, it could also be that they are in your mind, like, you know, you are thinking about them. So earth energy, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. So maybe, you know, you are having a meeting, a conversation. It could also be a, you know, an authority figure, boss, manager. So maybe you are having a meeting with them, a conversation. very peaceful, very calm energy, very grounded energy. So a great time for self-care. So your angel message is attention, and that's exactly what we have on this card. Like, she is completely focused on whatever she is holding. So this is, like I said, something that's important for you. It could be anything. It could be your home, it could be your children, your family, or it could be something, it could be your business, your hobby, your whatever it is that you are learning now. For some Aries out there, if you are learning something, then this is about completely immersing yourself into whatever this is, and you are giving it your full attention. And that is what this Capricorn sun is all about. And here the message is, I am attentive to all that manifests within me. When negativity rises within me, I transform it into light, love, and hope. My love for others is unconditional. I forgive. My desire to improve is constant. I am firm, brave, and hardworking. Yeah, so that's totally Capricorn energy. Very hardworking, very ambitious. And this is also, you focusing on you, like what is arising within you, the emotions and feelings, which is what the full moon in Cancer is all about. Cancer, the full moon, Cancer is ruled by moon. So the moon is in its home sign. So it's about feeling at home, feeling a sense that you belong in this space. So totally, the cards are speaking to each other. So lovely energy. All right, now let's move on to Taurus. Hello Taurus, this is your full moon reading. This full moon is happening in the sign of Cancer, and Cancer is ruled by the moon. So the moon is in its home sign. So it has to do with, feeling at home, things like that, and also creating some kind of work-life balance. That's one thing that most of us would be focusing on. So Cancer, your card is 5 of Swords. Okay. So looks like, something to do with communication here. So with 5 of Swords, what I'm intuitively getting is, when it comes to a conversation that you are having with someone, this is about, talking but not listening. You may not realize it. You may not be doing it knowingly. What happens is, when we are in our mind, when we are feeling kind of rushed in our mind, feeling a sense of like restlessness, what we tend to do, and also if this happens when we are exhausted and tired, what we tend to do is we say whatever we have to, but we don't stop to really actively listen to what the other person is saying. So it could be that, it could be about a conversation that you are having with someone. So the message here is pause, slow down, and listen. And for some Taurus, it could also be what is happening within. Okay, feeling kind of rushed in the mind. Source has to do with our communication, our words, our mind, our thoughts. So it could be that you are too much going on in the headspace. And yes, the message here is slow down to really listen to what this other person is saying. It doesn't have to be their words. It could also be their body language, their expression. Maybe there is something you want to talk about, but maybe they are not on the same page as you are. So if you want to have a conversation with this person, pick a time that is convenient for them as well. If they are not on the page, if they are not on the same page as you are, then the conversation won't go anywhere. So that is something important, choosing the right time and also listening. So yeah, and What I'm getting is some kind of disagreement, some kind of conflict. So let's see what your angel message is all about. Angels, please give us a card for Taurus. What do they need to know? What do they need to be aware of? Taurus, the card is vitality, and look at the color. This has to do with our heart chakra, and the source is all about our mind. So again, you know, if it's possible, what I would say is before you have that conversation, make sure that you are feeling at ease, you are feeling peaceful, because when we are feeling kind of agitated or in a rush, then our words won't land in the right place. So if this is something that is very important to you, make sure that you are feeling comfortable, your energy is all settled, and you are feeling calm before you have that conversation, so you can also sit down and really listen to this other person. So being in the heart space is important. So the message here is, I am a being of light. I accept the divine energy in my body, and every one of my cell regenerates. So it's exactly something that I just mentioned. I accept the divine energy in my body, which is all about be present in your body, be aware of what's going on. If you are feeling kind of rushed or something, you can maybe take your time, calm things down before you have that communication, before you send that email, before you send out that text. So things work out favorably for you. Okay, so that's Taurus. Let's move on to the next sign, Gemini. Hello Gemini, this is your full moon reading. This full moon is happening in the sign of Cancer, and Cancer is a water sign. It has to do with emotions and feeling. However, moon rules Cancer. Cancer is ruled by moon, so it's in its home sign. So the energy is all about feeling at home. However, the sun is in Capricorn, which is all about being practical, being ambitious. It has to do with our work, working hard and things like that. So this energy is inspiring us to, encouraging us to create some kind of work-life balance. So we are focusing on our work, but also the other areas of our life like home and family, which is what Cancer is all about. Cancer rules home and family, and Capricorn rules work, ambition, our goals, our dreams and things like that. So that's what this energy is all about. So Gemini, your card is Wheel of Fortune. With Wheel of Fortune, what I'm getting is being in a loop. So repetitive patterns. So it could be going back to something. It could be relationships. It could be a situation that you had to go through in the past, or it could also be falling back on old patterns and tendencies. So that is something to be mindful of. When you find yourself, like for instance, if you are trying to cultivate a new habit, right? And you are working on it, and you will suddenly feel like, falling back on old patterns. But that's okay. That is something that happens, and we just have to then, whenever that happens, when we become aware, we have to try again until it becomes familiar. Whatever it is that we are doing, until it becomes familiar, then it becomes easier and easier. In the beginning, we might find ourselves falling back. It could be happening in any area of your life, your relationships, your career, your health, your habits, health. I already mentioned health. Things like that. So it could also be Mercury is still in retrograde motion. So it could also be people from the past coming back, something like that, memories from the past, something like that. Or for some, it could also be travel, because Wheel of Fortune is ruled by the planet Jupiter, and Jupiter also has to do with expansion, growth, travel, something to do with overseas, something like that. On the other hand, Wheel of Fortune is about forward momentum, progress, because this is end of this month, Mercury is going direct. That is on the 31st of December. So that would mean forward momentum, progress happening. So if you have been feeling kind of stuck in a repetitive pattern in the loop, then have patience, don't worry about things, and this energy will shift, which is also what this card is all about. This reminds us of the impermanent nature of things. Nothing is forever, right? Things keeps changing, energy keeps changing. So if you find yourself not in a good place or whatever, it could be emotional, it could also be environmental. Know that this is not a permanent situation, things will change. Okay, so don't worry about it. It's all about having faith and trusting yourself, trusting the energy, the flow of the universe. So yes, and number 10 also has to do with completion. Looks like maybe some of you are completing something, finishing up something. Well, we are in December, right? So this is also about starting, endings and beginnings. So a new cycle is starting for you. Some of you are ending something. And this could also be about, the new year. And we are at the end of this year, and the new year is just around the corner. It may have something to do with that, or something to do with what's happening in your own personal life. So let's see your angel message. Trust. I was just talking about trust, right? Trust the flow of the universe, trust yourself, have faith, and whatever it is that you are going through, it's not a permanent situation. The energy will shift. Trust yourself, okay? So the message is, I trust life and my strengths. Each moment guides me to the light. Everything on my path is placed there for my growth. So if you are having some kind of, ups and downs, that's also what the Wheel of Fortune is all about. Ups and downs of our everyday life. Know that these are opportunities for us to grow and evolve, be better and do better, right? When this is happening, we won't realize it. It's kind of uncomfortable, it feels like a turmoil, right? And like a storm. But when that happens, we want to move to the center, because if we are on the edges, we will be crushed under the wheel, right? So we want to move to the center. By that, what I mean is, these circumstances, some of them may not be in your control. Some of them may not be in your hands. You won't know what to do to fix it. But maybe these things doesn't need any fixing. What we need to do is just center our energy, balance our energies, stay more peaceful, stay more calm. By that, what I mean is, we don't want to constantly worry and think about what's going on, even if things may seem like out of control. Just trust, okay? Because things are falling in place for you. So this also has to do with good luck. So maybe the universe is mysterious, right? In order for us to move to a different place in life, we have to actually leave something behind, right? And when we don't do that ourselves, then universe intervenes and she does whatever she needs to. And it may feel like very uncomfortable, painful and things like that, but know that this is happening for a good reason. And when you look back, you will realize, you will feel very grateful of what is happening now. So be present, go with the flow. You don't want to resist anything, you don't want to control anything, you don't want to, just let things be, let people be, let situation be, and just focus on what's happening internally for you and know what you can do to remain calm and peaceful. Okay, so that's what this energy is all about. So I'm gonna read it, but just one more time for you. I trust life and my strengths. Each moment guides me to the light. Everything on my path is placed there for my growth. So these things are happening for a good reason, and you may not realize it now, but later when you look back, you will know what this was all about. So believe in yourself. Okay. So that's Gemini. Let's move on to Cancer. Hello Cancer, this full moon is happening in your sign. So let's see what this is all about. Sun is in Capricorn now, which is all about our work, our ambitions and things like that, and your sign is about home and family. So this energy is encouraging us to create a work-life balance. So we are focusing on all aspects of our life and find that balance, which is important. Okay, this card actually showed up twice. So this is the card for you. 10 of Pentacles. Again, the Pentacles is earth energy, which is very Capricorn energy, but this also has to do with home. So it totally speaks to the energy we are in today. So the full moon is happening today or tomorrow, depending upon where you live. So Cancer, this is about feeling kind of bored. It could be that you are in a very comfortable place. It could be your home, it could be your work environment. You are feeling comfortable there. Things are familiar. But somehow you are feeling kind of bored. And number 10 has to do with completion, endings and beginnings. So know that with the full moon, you may also be coming across some kind of, emotions. But know that this energy is temporary. It will go away. The energy will change, it will shift, and you will start feeling better again. However, when these things happen, we also want to understand this is an opportunity for us to be more aware. What's going on? Why are we feeling kind of bored? Is there something we can do about it? Maybe, it could be about learning a new skill. It could be music, dance, something that you are interested in. Or it could be about changing up your home atmosphere, like changing things up at home, bringing in some plants, something, making it more, beautiful and alive, pleasant. Or it could be, cleaning up the closet, your vehicle, decluttering, something like that. Or it could also be your health. Do you want to maybe take a walk outside, maybe change up the way, rethink your health patterns, the food you eat, your exercise, some kind of, is there something that you want to include, something that you have been thinking about? So what needs to change? Sometimes what happens is unknowingly we want the external to change, right? We want people to change. We want something to just appear from nowhere. So because we don't know, it's not because we are lazy or something like that. It could be just because we don't know what is it that we want, and we want something pleasant. But since we don't know, then it won't be possible for us to do anything about it, right? But this energy is inspiring you to take some time every day to reflect on things, maybe write things down and know what is it that is more meaningful to you and what you can do to get closer to those things. It could be about learning something. It could be changing up your routine, something like that. It could be new job, new friendships, connection. So yeah, one thing that is important in this card is connection. So be aware of who is there what is available for you, and you know, how can you, like, it's all about picking up that phone and calling that person instead of them, you know, instead of hoping or wishing that somebody will call or something like that, you know. So yeah, send that text message, make that phone call, get out there, connect with people. It could be just, you know, going out for a walk and you know, saying hi to a stranger or something like that. So be more present, Cancer. Again, this is not a temporary situation, it's just temporary, but know what will make you feel better. Connect with your friends, your neighbors, your family, or it could also be social media, you know, your group, the group that you belong to. Yes. So yeah, a change is needed here. Know how you can create that change in order to break out of that same old kind of energy. Okay, now let's see what your angels have to say. Angels, for some this could also be a celebration happening, you know, a celebration at home. You are with your family, something like that, but you are not fully present there. Or, you know, it could also be somebody else's energy. Know if somebody is feeling kind of ignored, neglected, know who is there. Be present, meaning know what is going on around you. It could be your work atmosphere, it could be your own family. Somebody is feeling kind of ignored, and so yeah, that could also be something that's coming up for some of you. Okay, Cancer. Affirmation. All right, so the message is, I listen to myself and acknowledge my needs. I assert myself and retain my power. I am brave and gentle. I don't have to be afraid of others. I respect myself and I am respected by others. So this also, again, this has to do with communication. So it's about communicating your needs. So like I said, I'm getting this feeling with both these cards that, you know, I don't know, some of you are feeling kind of a sense of aloneness, boredom. But the question is, are you communicating? You know, so that is important. Communication is important. But I don't know your situation. You know, it has to do with your environment, the people around, what's going on with them and things like that. But you know, there will always be someone, you know, you can reach out to, and it could be an old friend, it could be you know, through social media, something like that. So having that connection is important. And also yeah, communication, connection. And so again, it has to do with listening to your own needs. Know if you are, yeah, know what is it that you really need. Okay, and then find a way to create that change. Here it says, I am brave and gentle. So communication, it also has to do with being gentle in your communication, and asking for your needs is not confrontational, right? Telling people what you need is not confrontational. Yes, we have to be assertive, right? And because sometimes people don't know what is it that we want, so we have to tell them, but in a gentle way. So that is what. It could also be a work environment. It could be a group environment for some of you. So in work environment, know what's going on and how can you change things up. So that's Cancer. Now let's see what's going on with Leos. Hey Leos, this is your full moon reading. This full moon is happening in the sign of Cancer. Cancer is a water sign. It has to do with emotions, feelings, home, family. And Sun is in Capricorn, which has to do with our work, our ambitions, our goals. So this energy is encouraging and motivating us to create some kind of work-life balance. So we are focusing on all areas, all aspects of our life, and nothing falls through the cracks. So let's see what this energy has in store for Leos. Leo, sun, moon and rising. If this is your sun sign, please do remember to watch the moon and the rising sign as well. If this doesn't resonate, maybe the moon or the rising sign will. Okay. Leos, Knight of Pentacles. Okay, this could be, I'm getting a lot of Pentacles in this reading, and Pentacles is earth energy, and we are in Capricorn season, which is earth energy again, so maybe that could be the reason. And surprisingly, this full moon is happening in Cancer, and Cancer is emotions and feelings, like I said, but I did not get any cups so far. So let's see. So maybe, it has to do with what I'm intuitively getting is this has to do with, most of us are focusing on our career, our job, our finance, things like that. And this Cancer full moon is pouring nourishing energy. Water has to do with growth. It has to do with nurturing, nourishing. So this is positive energy, and most of us would be focusing on our goals and everything, and taking practical steps, something that we can do to move closer to our goals. So Knight of Pentacles here for you, my dear. So it could be someone that you are dealing with. Again, earth energy, so it could be that you are dealing with a Capricorn, Virgo or Taurus. Mostly Capricorn energy. And things are slow. So maybe if you are expecting a message, some kind of news, then know that it's coming, but it will take some time, okay? And whoever it is that you are dealing with, they are kind of very slow in their movement. So they are taking their own sweet time. It could also be your energy. Maybe, if there is something that you want to do, then you will feel like one step at a time, moving slowly, taking your own time, planning, preparing everything, making sure that everything is good to go. So you are also very detail oriented. So it could either be, again, Leos, it could be either your energy or it could be the person you are dealing with, okay, or the situation, energy of a situation, very slow kind of movement. And for some Leos out there, it could also be an offer. So it could be friendships, a relationship, it could be a job offer for some of you, a proposal, something like that. Somebody is offering something to do with your money, buying, selling, something like that. So yeah, a great energy if you want to, if you are planning something major, very detail oriented, very focused, very you are making sure that you are preparing yourself, you are doing your research, things like that. So that is lovely. If, like, for instance, if you are thinking about starting a new business, something like that. So a really beautiful energy. So let's see what your angels have to say. And if there is something you are working on, Leos, and you are not seeing the results, know that things are happening. You may not be aware of it, you may not be realizing it, but slow and steady wins the race, right? So be consistent and do whatever it is that you can. You don't want to take up a lot one day and then next day you are exhausted and you can't do anything. So that is something to be mindful of. Okay, so no so yeah, how do I say this? Plan things in such a way that you can be consistent and you can sustain, because you don't want to get sick, or this is hard working energy. So you don't want to get sick, and you don't want to take up a lot and get exhausted and quit altogether or whatever. So do one thing at a time, take up small tasks, if there is something major you want to do, break them into small tasks that you can do every single day or once in a week, whatever it is that you want to do. Maybe it's once in a week thing, maybe it's a daily thing, maybe it's a once in a month thing or whatever. So one step at a time, pause, breathe, relax, and you will get there. Slowly but surely you will get there. So angels, please give us a card for Helios. Balance. All right. Remember I was talking about balance in the beginning. So this, and I also mentioned slow and steady movement. So by that what I mean is, take it slowly so you can also focus on other areas of your life, something that you are interested in doing, because whatever it is that you are working on now, maybe you are like really passionate, maybe you are like completely immersed in whatever this is, but maybe some other areas are taking a back seat. So know how you can create some kind of balance. So you are also, like for instance, if you are focusing on just work, know if there is are you taking good care of yourself? Self-care is important. Are you eating healthy? Are you also spending time in nature, like going outside, getting some sun, calling a friend, or spending some time with your family and things like that? So that is something that will help you create some kind of balance. So this is not, whatever it is that you are working on, then it won't be overpowering and overwhelming, and that will help you sustain. That will also help you stay on track and finish whatever it is that you are working on. So let me read this out to you. Message is, I find a balance between each sphere of my life. I am the master of my daily life. I make time to nourish the spiritual and the physical. I bring love to my world by fulfilling the needs of my body and soul. No further explanation needed. We already talked about that. So that's Leo. Now let's move on to Virgo. Yes, Virgo. Hello Virgo, this is your full moon reading. What a break. And this full moon is happening in the sign of Cancer. Cancer is a water sign. It has to do with home, family, our body, what's happening in the body, because our body is home to our soul, right? So and then it also has to do with emotion, feelings, what's happening within. And sun is in Capricorn now. Capricorn is an earth sign, and Capricorn has to do with work, our ambitions, our goals, being practical about things, very grounded energy. And earth and water goes together, meaning water is very nourishing. We need water to grow something on the earth, right? So, and this is very, like, they support each other, and earth gives us the opportunities. It gives us a space to grow something. So this is a very supportive energy, a very balanced energy. So this is encouraging us to, so we may all feel this new kind of motivation, a new inspiration to start working on things that are more meaningful to us, and we will find ourselves taking some kind of practical steps in order to get closer to those dreams, those goals. It could be, our work related, maybe looking for a new job, or it could be changing up our routine, our health routine. It could be having that conversation with someone in order to settle things down in a relationship. So it could be happening in, different areas of our life. So pay close attention to what's going on, and Yeah, and also listen to your intuition, because the moon in Cancer also has to do with our intuition. And so pay attention to your dreams, your intuition, and act accordingly. Okay, if you are inspired to do something, don't hold back. Okay, Virgo, your card is Wheel of Fortune. Okay, so the same card showed up for Gemini as well. And surprisingly, both your sign and Gemini is ruled by Mercury, the planet Mercury. And Mercury has to do with technology, it has to do with communication. And Mercury is in retrograde motion now, but it will be, it will stand still and move forward starting from 31st of this month. So Mercury is going direct. So if you have been feeling kind of stuck, if there have been some kind of, if you have been coming across some kind of obstacles or something like that, it will change. Okay, so the Wheel of Fortune here is reminding you that energy is always shifting, energy is always changing. So whatever it is that you are, the situation you are facing now is not a permanent situation. Things will change. So you want to trust yourself, have faith, and but now what you are asked to do is focus on what's going on internally for you. Focus on your emotions, your feelings. Use this time to take good care of yourself, because external may seem kind of out of control now. Okay, and our mind wants to control. Our mind wants to make sure what's going on and where we are going. But sometimes we find ourselves in situations which is totally, not in our control. So don't let that discourage you. Don't let that make you feel kind of frustrated or whatever. But know that this will also pass. So all you want to do is just, take good care of yourself and wait for the time to, wait for this energy to shift. But on the other hand, like I said, Mercury is going direct end of this month, so that is good news for all of us. If you have been coming across some blogs, that will, you will start seeing some changes, and this could also be about forward momentum, progress, travel for some of you. So yeah, Wheel of Fortune is ruled by the planet Jupiter, which is also about growth, expansion, travel, something to do with overseas, things like that. So, and Wheel of Fortune, on the other hand, is also about the past. A situation from the past, people from the past. It could also be, for some Virgos out there, it could also be finding yourself in old patterns. For instance, if you have been trying to cultivate some new habits, you will find yourself falling back on old way of doing things. So if that happens, you don't want to beat yourself down. Instead, when that awareness hits, know that again, this is temporary. You will get back on track. So don't be hard on yourself. Take it easy and don't worry too much about things, and know that you will be just fine. Okay, you will find the inspiration, you will find the motivation again. So right now, if you are feeling some kind of turmoil, ups and downs, then the only thing we can do when that happens is take good care of ourselves and focus on something that is more nourishing, more nurturing, remain peaceful, and wait for the energy to move away. So use this as an opportunity to focus on something that you love doing, something that makes you feel better. So let's see now what your angel message is. Angels, please give us a card for Virgo. What do they need to know? What do they need to be aware of? Positive action. All right. So the message is, I focus on the beauty in me and I find silence. I live and honor the present by doing what I can do now. What I cannot change, I let go of and entrust to God. That is exactly something that we were talking about. Sometimes, when we don't know what's going on, our human tendency is to control. We try to control the circumstances, so it's favorable for us, but sometimes it's not possible. We will only feel more frustrated. So we don't want to, if something like that is happening, don't struggle with things, and know that, trust yourself again, and know that this will change. Okay, so one more time, I focus on the beauty in me and I find silence, which is all about self-care, and it's also about being aware of what's going on in the headspace, our thoughts, our emotions, and finding a way to entertain only those thoughts that are helpful for us. I live and honor the present by doing what I can do now. Just doing whatever we can, and instead of thinking about, something that is not in our control, what is it that we can do, and know what it is all about, and then take action. So again, be aware of those recurring thoughts, be aware of your own intuition, and act accordingly. What I cannot change, I let go of and entrust to God. So it's all about having faith. Things happen for a reason, and sometimes we just have to go with the flow. And when we struggle, when we resist, things becomes that much more difficult and painful for us. So it's all about surrender and trust and faith, and doing what's in our own hands, like taking good care of ourselves and remaining peaceful and things like that. So that's Virgo energy. Now let's move on. Libra. Hey Libra, this is your full moon reading. This full moon is happening in the sign of Cancer. Cancer is a water sign. It has to do with emotions, feelings, home and family. And then Sun is in Capricorn, which is about our work, our goals, our ambitions, our dreams. And this full moon energy is encouraging us to find a balance, a work-life balance. So we are focusing on all areas of our life, and nothing is falling through the cracks. And water and earth, Capricorn is earth energy, and this full moon is in Cancer, which is a water sign. So water and earth goes well together. We need water to grow something on earth, right? And earth gives us the space, it gives us the opportunity to create, to grow something. So this is very supportive. So this could mean whatever it is that we want to do, the energy is supporting us. So which means that things will be much easier now. And if they are not, you don't want to struggle, maybe there is a different way. So you don't want to resist, just go with the flow. Okay, so Libra, your card is Temperance. So Temperance is a major arcana card. It has to do with patience, my dear. So again, like I just mentioned, don't struggle with things. If there is something you want to do and you are coming across some kind of hurdles, go with the flow, don't resist, don't struggle, because maybe there is a different way. You may not know it now, but you will when you give it some space. Okay, so yes, patience. And it could also be about coming across emotional upheavals. Again, the Cancer full moon has to do with our emotions. So this could be the full moon energy coming up. You may come across some days you may feel kind of very energetic and inspired. On other days you will feel kind of sad and you want to be in your own space. So be aware of these ups and downs happening. Okay, and whenever we are down in the dumps, how can we lift ourselves up? It's through connection. It's through the people, connecting and reaching out to the people we love, our friends, our family. It could be a group that you belong to and things like that, and having a conversation. On the other hand, it could also be we can do that for ourselves too, by focusing on things that are working for us. It could be our living space, it could be our job, it could be our health, it could be that the opportunities that are available for us, it could be the fact that we are still on this planet Earth, which means that there is something to look forward to, right? And the opportunities that are available for us to create, to nurture, whatever it is that we want to, whatever it is that's meaningful for us, right? So yeah, so whenever you are feeling kind of sad or something unpleasant, focus on what you are grateful for. And appreciation, when we appreciate, when we look for things that we are grateful for, our blessings increase, right? So that is important, because the universe is always giving us these huge blessings. When we look around, we are blessed with a lot of things, but sometimes our human tendency is to just focus on that one thing that didn't work out for us, that one thing that was kind of disappointing, right? And we forget about all the other stuff that's going on in our life, something that we take them for granted, until one day we will see them falling through the cracks, and that's when we'll realize how important it is to maintain the balance in our life. Because if we are just focusing on, if we are completely giving our energy and our attention towards that area that is not working out for us, then we are kind of sidetracking all the other areas that are that are working for us. It gets sidetracked and we lose track of things we don't appreciate, and then we don't want them to also fall through the cracks. So it's important to focus on all areas, right? So we can find some kind of balance. So that's what temperance is. On the other hand, if you are looking for a job or something, it feels like you are in a new environment right now. Or it could also be you are learning something new, testing new waters. So a new beginning. So it could be a new job, learning something new, a new group. Maybe you are joining a new group or something. And this is Jupiter energy. Temperance is ruled by the planet Jupiter. And Jupiter has to do with expansion. It has to do with growth. It has to do with travel. Maybe you are traveling, you are meeting new people, making new connections, or it could be through your social media. It could be your work, work-related travel or something like that. Or it could also be, a new place of living, a new job, and you are coming across new people and things like that. So this is expansion. This is like you are, what I'm also getting is you are experimenting. You are experimenting with something. So it could be you are trying out different way of doing things in your business if you are a business owner. Or it could also be, maybe you're taking up a hobby course or something like that. So yeah, experimenting with something. It could be technology. Some kind of, communication, a mode of communication, something like that. So lovely energy, and the sunrise denotes hope and optimism, expansion, growth. So beautiful energy. The only one thing that I want to remind you guys is about the ups and downs, like emotional ups and downs. So whenever that happens, know how you can, we don't have to always do something. We only, what we can do is be aware of what's going on within, but not let that overpower us, because it has to do with our thoughts, and our emotions has to do with the way we are seeing things, the way we are perceiving a situation. And it doesn't have to be the ultimate truth. It may not be the truth. However, we see something through our senses, our eyes, our ears. We hear something, we see something, and then we make this perception, right? And it may not be true. So that could be the reason why the ups and downs are happening, the emotional ups and downs. But give it some time. If that happens, we don't it's also about not letting that make choices and decisions for us, and also looking at those things with curiosity, looking at those things with a willingness to learn more, ask questions, learn more, right? Before we come to a conclusion, before we make a concrete decision. This is about being curious, willing to learn more about something. So yeah, so again, this card has to do with patience, taking it easy, take it slowly. So let me see what your angels have to say. Trust. So patience and trust. So something that you are experiencing now, Librans, this requires trust, and take it easy, take it slowly, and have more patience. And maybe things are not clear to you at this moment. Things will be clear. See the sun here, the rays of sun, and then we have a sunrise happening here. So this has to do with clarity, clear information, clarity, but it's slowly rising, it's slowly coming. So now if you are not yet there, have patience, don't worry about things, and trust yourself. When I said trust yourself, what do I mean exactly is, the universe is mysterious, right? And our understanding is so limited. Like I just mentioned, we all live in our own world, right? And our world is created by our own perception, the way we see things, the way we understand things. And not two people see the same situation in the same way. That means we are living in different worlds altogether. We are living in our own universe. So most of the things are, we may not understand certain things clearly, but when we are willing, when we are willing to keep our mind open, our heart open, then and when we don't worry too much about things, when we are not struggling with things, then a sudden insight might come, like from out of nowhere. A sudden insight, a sudden revelation, a sudden realization. It could be our own intuition, or it could be something we are seeing, something we are hearing, a book we are reading, a song we are listening to. So that is what the sunrise is all about. A sudden, light, right? Look at the color here. This is light. This is a higher understanding, a deeper understanding of things. So you want to trust yourself. What I mean by that is trust your own soul power of your own soul. Our soul is ancient and our ego is from this lifetime, right? Our soul has lived several lifetimes and our soul knows better, right? So you want to trust that inner power, the wise, your own inner wisdom, and be curious, challenge your own beliefs, your own perceptions, and stay open to what you are coming across, the messages, the information that you are coming across, because your answer, you will find your answer. Whatever it is that you are seeking, you will find it. So, and we also want to trust the intelligence of the universe, because whatever it is that we come across, our experiences, that happens for a reason, right? Everything happens for a reason. Everything is energy. And so maybe there is an opportunity there. Maybe it's happening for our own growth, our own betterment. And we may not realize it when we are going through something difficult. And however, when we are out of that space, when we disconnect ourselves, when we give it some space, then we will understand, oh, why this was happening, what is there for us, right? So we want to trust the intelligence of the universe, God, however you want to call that intelligent power. And you also want to trust yourself, because we came from that power, right? So we hold that power within us. So that is something we also want to be mindful of. So pay attention to your own intuition, the conversations you are having, what you are seeing and hearing, your dreams. So some new information is coming your way, a new, greater, you are seeing something in a different way. So the message is, I trust life and my strengths. You are stronger than you think you are. Each moment guides me to the light. Everything on my path is placed there for my growth. Actually, the same card showed up for Cancer as well. Cancer or Gemini. I think it's Gemini. Maybe either you are dealing with a Gemini or Gemini is in your chart. So that was Librans. Now let's move on to Scorpio. Hello Scorpios, this is your full moon reading. This is happening in your sister sign, Cancer. Yours is a water sign, Cancer is a water sign, and water has to do with emotions, feelings, home and family. And as you know, we are in Capricorn season now, which means Sun is in Capricorn, and Capricorn is an earth sign. It has to do with our work, our ambitions, our goals, working hard, being very disciplined and things like that. But since the Cancer is about home and family, this is encouraging us to, create some kind of work-life balance. So maybe most of us would be focusing on that aspect, how to create a work-life balance. So we are focusing on all important aspects of our life, and nothing, falls through the cracks. So that is something most of us would be focusing on. And again, yes. So the water energy is all about nourishing and nurturing, and we need that energy to grow something on the earth. Capricorn is earth sign, right? So, and earth gives us the opportunity, it gives us the space to create something that is important for us. So water and earth, beautiful energy, very supportive. So whatever it is that we want to do, this energy is supporting us, encouraging us and inspiring us. Okay, and your card is Page of Pentacles. So Page of Pentacles, because this is a court card, maybe some of you are dealing with an earth sign. So it could be Capricorn, Taurus or Virgo energy coming through for you guys. Or it could be that these signs are in your chart. And if this is somebody else, someone young, maybe it has to do with your children in your life, maybe you are working with children, or a very youthful energy, or it could be that you are feeling kind of youthful, because see what's happening here. This is like something new. Maybe you are receiving something, gifts, presents, inheritance, money coming your way. It could also be an offer, a proposal coming your way, a friendship. So there is something on the offer. So for some it could be gifts, because whenever I get this card, I get something, I get something really nice. Maybe a gift card. So yeah, in New Year we are Christmas, New Year gifts for some of you here. And on the other hand, this is also like an inspiring idea for some of you. Maybe there is something you want to do and you are inspired to do something. This is Pages, has to do with beginnings. So maybe, whatever it is that you are beginning now, you are still in that, beginning stage. But, that's when we are enthusiastic about things, right? When we are, mostly inspired. So, but then it's all about how you are taking it forward. It has to do with hard work, working hard. I mean, we don't always have to work hard in order to, you know, um, make something. I'm not getting the right word. So, working smart maybe is what is needed. But if you are working hard, also make sure that you are focusing on other areas of your life as well, because we don't want to get sick, we don't want to get exhausted. Then, when that happens, we just lose interest and then we quit midway. So that is something we don't want, right? So, yes. And Page of Pentacles, gifts, presents, inheritance, money, a new job, a new proposal, new friendships. Very earthy energy, very youthful energy. So it could also be learning something to do with, maybe some of you are going back to schools, maybe some of you are learning a new skill, something to do with technology. Let's see what your angels have to say. Angels, please give us a card for, yes, maybe, beginning something. So it could be, maybe some of you are starting a new business and you are finding your way through it. Courage. All right, the message is, I am stronger than fear and bigger than doubt. I am light and I remain light. I trust in God and stand tall before the test of life. I grow and become wiser through every challenge. I am a being of new life. So that's exactly something that I was talking about. Something new. So it could be that you are just beginning something. And when we are beginning, there's also this fear, right? How everything is going to turn out and something like that. But you are being very strong. And courage is not about absence of fear, right? Courage is about pushing through and doing what needs to be done despite the fear. That's what you are doing. So something new is on the horizon for you guys. You guys are beginning something new. So, and you are being brave, you are taking chances, you are connecting with the right people, and you are not letting fear make decisions for you. Instead, you are you are aware of your own strength and what you have learned from your past experiences, and you are letting that help you. You are letting that push you forward. So that's lovely energy. So that's Scorpio. Now let's move on to Sagittarius. Hello Sagittarius, welcome. This is your full moon reading. This full moon is happening in the sign of Cancer. Cancer is a water sign. It has to do with emotions, feelings, home and family. So very nurturing energy, a great time for self-care, nourishing something that is closer to your heart. We are in Capricorn season now, meaning Sun is in Capricorn. And Capricorn has to do with ambitions, goals, our work, our work, our career and things like that. So on the one hand, we have the Capricorn Sun, which is about work, and on the other hand, we have the Moon in Cancer, which is about home and family. So this energy is encouraging us to, we will feel that energy, like we will be focusing on creating some kind of balance. So that is one thing that we will be focusing on during this period. And on the other hand, see, this is your card. It just flew off the deck when I was shuffling. So if there is something that you really want to do, this card is about birthing something, It has to do with actual birth, pregnancy, or it could be someone that or it could be something to do with your business, your dreams, your goals, something that you want to birth, something that you have been working on. So this energy is very supportive, water and earth. Capricorn is earth energy, and Cancer is water energy. We need water to grow something, right? To nourish, to make it thrive, to nourish something. And earth gives us the space. Earth gives us the opportunity to grow something that is really closer to our heart, something that's more meaningful to us. So this earth and water energy is supporting us. So whatever it is that you want to do, very lovely energy and very inspiring, very motivating. And with the Empress card, this is, now you're feeling at home. Cancer has to do with home and family. So for some of you, it could be your actual home, meeting up with your family because of the holidays. Maybe, they are already around here. So maybe some of you are focusing on your home life, or it could also be, decorating your place, your garden, bringing in new plants, furnishings and things like that. On the other hand, it could be your physical body. Our soul is home to our body is home to our soul, right? So you taking care of your body. It could be your health, it could be working out, eating healthy, and being in nature. So you are you are focusing on, some of you are focusing on your physical, mental, emotional and spiritual health, which is what the Empress is all about. And also appreciative of what you already have, and just taking a moment to just sit down and appreciate things, and pause for a moment and be really grateful for all the blessings that are around you. And on the other hand, for some of you, this could also be about actually being in your garden and planting seeds, because now, in southern hemisphere, it's summer season, so most of you are in your garden, planting something, planting new seeds and things like that. And Empress is ruled by Venus, and Venus has to do with feminine energy, which is all about beauty, luxury. So maybe some of you are, you may feel like spending on things that makes you feel better. It could be something for your home, like furnishings, something to do with decorative pieces, artifacts or something like that. Or it could also be clothing, jewelry, or spending on people you love. This is maternal energy, so it has to do with being protective and nurturing the people around you. It could be your work environment, it could be your home environment. So you are feeling very protective and being very motherly, like, making sure that they are okay. Or for some of you, it could also may have something to do with a mother figure, a parent figure. Inheritance, money coming your way, you investing in like property or something like that, buying a home. Or it could be that if it's a new home, then you are just enjoying the space, something like that. So Empress, yeah, very earth energy. Or maybe some of you are dealing with an earth sign. So it could be, this is ruled by Taurus. So either Taurus or Libra. Both Libra and Taurus is ruled by Venus. So maybe you are dealing with a Libra or Taurus here, or maybe Libra or Taurus is in your chart. Okay, now let's see. Beautiful energy, Sagittarius. It could be a conversation you are having with someone, could be a mother figure, very feminine, intuitive. Pay attention to your own intuition, Sagittarius. This also has to do with, since we are also in the full moon energy, you may come across, like, pay close attention to those intuitive nudges, those recurring thoughts, and act accordingly when you are feeling inspired. This has to do with creativity, inspiration, intuition. So if you are feeling kind of inspired to do something, you don't want to hold yourself back, instead take action immediately. I sometimes find myself in that energy. Sometimes when I'm just sitting on my bed and doing nothing, and I feel inspired, I get these, inspiring messages, downloads. And what I do is I keep my diary just, it's on my night table, side table. So I have the pen also there, right there. So whenever that happens, I just immediately jot things down so I don't forget. And sometimes things, you may find yourself in the flow. Things just comes easily to you, like out of nowhere. And that's when we know that we are inspired. It's coming from the spirit, and that is something that we don't want to ignore. The more we honor those ideas, those feelings, then our intuition gets stronger and stronger. In God's hand. I was just talking about spirit, and then this message came through. All right, so the message is, my trust in life is implicit. God's greater knowing and greatest love guide my heart and my choices. My faith is steady and I remain true to my light. Everything unfolds according to God's will. Beautiful things are happening for you. So, and it's all coming from upstairs. From your spirit. So you may feel like you are in the flow and things are just unfolding for you. So things are getting easier and easier. So just go with the flow, enjoy this period, and be a great time if there is something you want to do. All right, so now let's move on to Capricorn. Hello Capricorn. We are in your season now. Happy birthday to all Capricorns out there. I hope you have a wonderful birthday month. So this is the full moon reading, by the way, and this full moon is happening in Cancer. Cancer is a water sign. It has to do with emotions and feelings, and Cancer also rules home and family. And your sign is very hardworking, very your work ethics are very strong. And your sign is all about ambitions, goals, things like that. So since this is happening in Cancer, the full moon is happening in Cancer, what I'm intuitively getting is this: we all may feel a need to create some kind of work-life balance. If not, that is what this energy is encouraging us. So nothing falls through the cracks. Our home and family is important, so is our work, our dreams, our goals, right? So how can we find some kind of balance so we are focusing on all important aspects of our life? So that's what this energy is about. And your sign is yours is an earth sign, and Cancer is a water sign. And so this is supportive energy, because water, anything that we plant on the earth, right, we need water. Right? We need water, we need sunlight for it to grow and thrive and flourish. So that's what the full moon energy is bringing. How do I say this? Yeah, the full moon energy is being very supportive. Let's put it that way. I'm not getting the right word. So a great time if there is something we want to do. Great time. Because this is about taking some practical steps towards our goals, and we are doing what needs to be done, things like that. And coming from the heart space, that's what the Cancer moon is. The Lovers, Capricorn, so this has to do with your relationships, my dear. So looks like, this has to do with choices. Maybe, a new path is opening up for you. And you are required to make some choices, and this is also about your physical life and also your spiritual life. So we were talking about balance, right? So if you have been working hard, then this is a sign from your spirit to also find some kind of balance. So you are not neglecting something, and something to do with your relationships, it doesn't have to be about love relationships. It doesn't have to be about romantic. It could be platonic, it could be parents, it could be our children. I would say karmic relationships, a relationship that are important in our life. Something to do with that. And this is like bringing you guys together. Your guides are bringing you guys together. So it would be like, you guys have different priorities. That's what I'm getting intuitively. Maybe either you or the other person, maybe they are the earthly things are more important to them, and for the other person is their spiritual life that is more important to them. So it's like opposite attracts, right? So that's what I'm getting from this card, if this has to do with romantic love. Or it could also be, the people you are with, maybe their priorities are different. So then maybe some of you are required to make a choice. Or it could also be that something new is opening up for you. Yes. What else am I getting from this card? Karmic relationships is what I am getting. So now let's see what your angels have to say, and then we will... angels spoke vitality. So the message is, I am a being of light. I accept the divine energy in my body, and every one of my cells regenerates. So something new is happening. It could also be your relationship with yourself. The lovers doesn't have to be about, it could be our relationship with others, the people in our life, our loved ones, or it could also be, the people we work with, our friends, soul family, things like that. Or it could also be your relationship with yourself. So you are honoring your, your spiritual life as well as your practical life. So finding a way to bring them together, finding completion, finding wholeness, because both are important. We are on this planet Earth, right? So the material life, the physical life is important, because we also want to experience new things. That is the whole purpose of this life, right? But we don't want to ignore our spiritual life. So that is what you are doing. For most of you, you are kind of coming together with people who have different priorities, and that is also helping you learn something new, see something new, and gain a different understanding and things like that. So it could be a group you belong to, it could be that you are learning something new, or it could also be a romantic relationship for some of you, friendship or something like that. So you are learning from each other and helping each other grow and evolve. So yeah, so the color, so the green has to do with our heart chakra, so coming from the heart space, and then it all about love and realizing our own inner interconnectedness, right? And seeing ourselves in others. So a greater love, I would say, a higher love. So that's what I'm getting from this card. And for some of you, it could also be that you are dealing with a Gemini. Maybe Gemini is in your chart, or you are dealing with a Gemini, because lovers is ruled by Gemini. All right, and vitality has to do with health, my dear. So it could be that you are doing something that is helping you rejuvenate, regenerate yourselves. It could be that you are taking up some like supplements, something like that, or a new workout routine. Maybe you are eating something, eating fresh, eating healthy, eating clean. So that's what I'm getting. I'm an intuitive reader. I don't always go by the books. Sometimes I get all these other messages, then I have to let you guys know. Okay, so now let's move on to Aquarius. Hello Aquarius, this is your full moon reading. This full moon is happening in the sign of Cancer. Cancer is a water sign and it has to do with emotions, feelings and home and family. So that is one area we will be focusing on. However, on the other hand, we are in Capricorn season. By that what I mean is Sun is in Capricorn now. And Capricorn is an earth sign, and that has to do with our work, our goals, our dreams, our ambitions, working hard, things like that, discipline, things like that. So both this is like interesting energy. On the one hand we have home, family, emotions, feelings. On the other hand is our work, our discipline, being disciplined in our work, strong work ethics, working hard and things like that. So this energy is all about finding that middle ground, finding that balance in our life, so we are not neglecting these two important areas of our life. And so we may feel that push and pull, that tug of war, but then that is an opportunity for us to find some kind of balance. So whatever it is that we are working on, that is that we can sustain, because if we are like completely letting one area overpower us, overwhelm us, then sooner or later we will just feel so exhausted. We will just get overwhelmed and quit midway. So that is something that we don't want to do. So finding that balance, finding that focusing on other areas that is meaningful to us, that make us feel better, is also important. So that will help us be more productive when it comes to our work, our goals and dreams. So, and this is supportive energy. Cancer is water sign and Capricorn is earth sign. So we need, whatever it is that we are planting on the earth, we need water for it to grow and flourish and thrive, right? So that's what the full moon energy is providing. So very supportive energy, and earth gives us this space to grow something new, right? It gives us that opportunity. So water and earth, beautiful energy. So if there is something that you want to do, very auspicious energy. And but Cancer also has to do with emotions and feelings. So we may come across those memories or something to do with our relationships, home and things like that. But when that happens, it's also about finding the balance by focusing on things that are working for us, something that we are grateful for. Because even though certain things are kind of difficult, but that very thing is, if we look deeper, that very thing also gives us some kind of stability and nourishment, right? We will only realize it when that is gone, right? So that way we can find some kind of the balance, so we are not like falling into the ditch. So all right, now let's see what your card is all about. Aquarius, Spirit, please give us a card for Aquarius. And Aquarius, this is your sun, moon and rising reading. If this is your sun sign, remember to watch the moon and the rising sign as well, because since it's a full moon reading, maybe the moon and the rising sign will resonate more, okay? So you want to watch all three of them. I will put the timestamps below, so you will be able to find it easily. All right, Aquarius, your card is 10 of Pentacles. This has to do with home, it has to do with your career, but wherever you are, it feels like something needs to change. You're feeling kind of bored there. Even though, what I would say is, instead of boredom, what I would say is you are feeling very comfortable. Things are familiar. And when that happens, we also feel bored sometimes. Because when we are coming across some challenges, we are solving problems, and that keeps us active, that is intellectually stimulating. But when we are just doing the same routine, then things gets monotonous, and then we lose interest. And So I think that's what's happening for most of you here. It could be either work environment or your home environment. So if this happens, know that the energy is not permanent. Energy is always changing and shifting, right? When that happens, find a way to something that makes you feel better. Maybe change up your routine. Maybe try to do things in a different way. Like for instance, if you maybe try to get more people involved. Reaching out to someone is important. Having that connection is important. Pick up that phone and call somebody, text someone. So we are not an outsider in our own life, right? Whatever it is that we want to do, we are free to do that. So instead of waiting for something to happen, make that happen. Take initiative. And this energy is very auspicious, like I said. So, and number 10 has to do with completion, but completion is also about new beginnings, right? So a great time you are on that verge, on the edge of beginning something new. So it's all about listening to your own intuition and taking action. Do whatever it is that you can do. Whatever it is that you want to do, that big goal, break it down to smaller pieces and something that you can do every day. It doesn't matter like what situations you are going through. Like for instance, it could be something to do with your health, something to do with your home life, your relationships, your friendships. It could be your the environment you are in. It could be your career, your finances. So whatever it is that's more important to you now, looks like some changes needs to happen, and be aware of what you can do today easily, without struggling much, and then do it. So when we take that first step, instead of putting it for another day, when we take that first step, and then the next door will open up on its own, right? And then we will know where, and then the next will open, and the next will open, and before we know, we are closer to our goal. So it's about taking small steps and getting closer and closer to your goals. Okay, if something feels boring, but know that maybe there is something to be appreciative about in that situation. So it's all about our perception, the way we are seeing and understanding things. Sometimes it's kind of hard when we are exhausted, and that's when that happens. We are like, sometimes we just want to be somewhere else doing something else. But then we have all these things that we have to do, right? So I'm getting that energy from this. For instance, if you are at work, you would be like, oh my God, you are like looking at the clock and you can't wait to get home. When you are at home, then you want to be somewhere else. So that kind of energy. So it's all about being present in our body, and knowing what's happening within emotionally, and focus on something that's more meaningful to you. It could be a creative project. It could be self-care, taking care of your mind, body, spirit, reading something, learning something new. Or it could also be sitting down with someone and asking them about their day or something. So connecting with people, reaching out to someone and having a meaningful conversation. So that's probably, it may resonate with some of you, it may not, but that is what I'm getting from this card. Okay, now let's see what your angel message is. Angels, please give us a card for Aquarius. What do they need to know? What do they need to be aware of? Aquarius, thank you. Action. I told you, Aquarius, something needs to change, and take initiative. Okay, so we don't want to wait for something to change for us. Instead, we can initiate, we can take that action, we can make a different choice, different decision, take initiative, and create that change ourselves. So it's all about empowering ourselves and not waiting for people or circumstances or situation to change. So what needs to change? Again, something to do with your health, something to do with your relationship, something to do with your environment where you are in. It could be work or home. It could be something to do with your career, business. So think about what needs to change and take action. The message is, my divine action incites love and harmony. I am aware of my thoughts and driven by positive forces. I listen to my heart. My desire to manifest light transforms test into growth, challenges into opportunity, and fear into love. That's beautiful, very transformative energy. Maybe some of you are already in that energy, whatever I said, maybe, you know it already and you are doing it. It looks like you are, doing what needs to be done. You are, very transformative energy. The message here says transforms test into growth, challenges into opportunities, and fear into love. So it's all about the way you are seeing the circumstances in your life, and you are seeing things in a very positive way, and you are challenging yourself to do what needs to be done. You are taking action, you are taking that initiative. Lovely energy, Aquarians. All right, so now let's move on to our last sign, Pisces, last but not the least. Hello Pisces, this is your full moon reading. It's happening in your sister sign, Cancer. Both Pisces and Cancer are water signs, and Cancer has to do with our home, family, emotions and feelings. And we are in Capricorn season now. Sun is in Capricorn. Capricorn has to do with is earth energy. It's an earth sign, so it has to do with work, ambition, goals, whatever gives us a sense of stability and security. And so this full moon has to do with finding a work-life balance. So we are focusing on all areas of our life, and but very supportive energy, because Capricorn is earth energy and Cancer is a water sign. Yours is also a water sign. So we need water to, like, whatever it is that we are planting on the earth, we need water for it to grow and thrive and flourish. And earth gives us that space, that opportunity to grow something, to plant the new seeds, right? So it gives us a space, it gives us the opportunity, and water helps us to grow whatever it is that we are planting. So very supportive energy. So what I'm getting is it's a perfect time to begin something new, and something that is closer to your heart, because Cancer has to do with home, love, family, nurture, things like that. So something that is something that's meaningful to you, something that's nurturing, and something heart-centered, something that you love, something that you're really passionate about. So a great time to if you are feeling inspired, take action, pay close attention to your intuition and act accordingly. Okay, so let me see what your card is. Spirit, please give us a card for Pisces. Thank you. Pisces, your card is 5 of Swords. Okay, this card actually came through for Taurus as well. So maybe some of you are dealing with a Taurus, or Taurus is in your chart. So with 5 of Swords, it has to do with communication. So what I'm getting is, from the look of the card, it feels like some disagreement, some conflict is happening. And it's about saying whatever we have to, but not paying attention to the other person. It could also be listening to what they have to say, or it could also be, so the message here is, that happens because it could be that happens when we are angry, when we are frustrated. We just have to let it out, right, and say whatever we have to. But on the other hand, it also happens when there's a lot going on in our mind, especially when we are in a meeting, something like that. Or it could also be just having a conversation with a stranger. What happens is when our mind is rushed, we kind of speak fast, and we don't pause to really check with the other person and see like if they understand what is it that we are talking about, or if they are on the same page, something like that. So be aware of that, what's going on in the mind, and how your communication. If it's an important conversation, if it's an important meeting or something, maybe taking that time to really check with the other person if they understand, that is also important. And also if you are having a conversation, make sure that you are picking the right time, because if the other person is not on the same page as you are, then whatever you say won't land in the right place, right? So they may feel kind of frustrated, and they won't pay attention. So picking the right time is important, and also checking with the other person if that time works for them. And also if you are having an unplanned conversation, then it's not just about the words they are speaking. It also has to do with their body language, their expression and things like that, to see if they are feeling comfortable. So something like that is what I'm getting. And it also may have something to do with writing, speaking. So listening is important, choosing the right time is important, and something to do with a disagreement, some conflicts, and that is causing some kind of disappointments. And okay, let's see what your angel has to say. Source also has to do with our action, our thoughts and words. So choices, decisions. All right. Pisces, your card is transformation. And the message is, I'm constantly evolving. I improve inwardly by working on my weaknesses and refining my strengths. Life ensures I am presented with situations that will help me learn and grow. I am aware of my progress and open my wings to the light. So, this could also be your self-talk, Pisces. Okay, for some of you, that could be something that's happening. So be aware of the way you are communicating with yourself. You don't want to be hard on yourself. If it feels like you drop the ball, be kind to yourself, be compassionate. So because that happens, right? So we don't want to be hard on ourselves and be critical. So this has to do with critical energy. So it could also be self-judgment, you criticizing yourself and things like that. So something to be mindful of. And and the other interesting thing is, if there is something that we are working on, right? For instance, if what is a good example? Let me see. I'm not getting anything. So for instance, I'm not getting anything meaningful. So I'm just to make you aware of what exactly I'm talking about. So if I want to work on my health, right? And I promised myself that, okay, you know what, I will wake up, I will get up early in the morning and I will go to the gym, or 1 hour walk or something. And what happens is, when we make that promise to ourselves, sometimes we come across some hurdles. Sometimes we may feel kind of either we how do I say this? We may feel kind of lazy, or we may, something will happen, and that will, that will, and we may find ourselves falling back on old way of doing things, old patterns. So that is the time when we want to not catch ourselves right there and not fall back on old way of doing things. So for instance, if I want to be a good at communication, right, and see how I'm having that issue, and this card is all about communication, and I'm having this issue, right? And so if I want to be kind and compassionate or whatever, I may come across some kind of challenges, some kind of like frustration, disappointments, and things like that. So that will, and I may find myself like reacting, and would then later beat myself down, because my goal was to be kind and compassionate, and there was this opportunity for me to be kind and compassionate, but I dropped the ball. You see what I mean? So whatever it is that we want to do in our life, universe gives us the opportunity. That is not an obstacle. That is an opportunity for us to practice whatever it is that we promised ourselves, whatever it is that we want to be, so we can get better and better and better, right? So, and but whenever we come across, and we can't expect things to just flow easily, and when things are easy, then of course it's easy for us to then remain calm and peaceful and everything, right? But when we are in a chaotic environment, when we are faced with a challenge, or people around, if they are behaving in a certain way, sometimes it's not possible to remain calm and peaceful. But that is an opportunity where we can practice whatever it is that we are working on, right, to get stronger and stronger at it. So that's what I'm getting from these two cards. Maybe there are certain things that you are aware of, and some certain things that you are working on. However, you may find yourself faced with some kind of challenges, but your message from your angels is reminding you that you are growing, you are evolving. So don't worry about things. You don't want to be hard on yourself. Just be kind to yourself. And let me read this message out to you. The card is transformation. So you are growing. Transformation is all about growth and evolution, right? So there is a change happening. There is an improvement. Whatever it is, like for instance, for some of you, it could be happening in the area of your health. For some of you, it could be their relationships. For some, it could be their, your daily routine, habits and patterns, communication, something that you are working on, your career, something like that. So the message is, I am constantly evolving. I improve inwardly by working on my weaknesses and refining my strengths. So this suggests that you are aware, and it all has to do with refinement. It has to do with transformation. Life ensures I am presented with situations that will help me learn and grow. That is something to be mindful of. That is exactly what's happening here. Because whatever it is that you want to do, you are getting an opportunity. But it could be a blessing in a disguise. It may come as a challenge. It may come as an obstacle, a problem, but that is there to help you practice whatever it is that you are working on. So, and I am aware of my progress and open my wings to the light. So beautiful energy, Pisces. There you go, my dears. So that's the end of our readings. Full moon blessings to all of you. Very lovely energy. So I hope you all have a lovely week. I will also be doing weekly readings instead of doing the monthly readings, because like I said in the beginning, like energy is always shifting and changing, right? So it would be more helpful. The weekly readings would be more helpful than the monthly readings, because we tend to watch the monthly readings in the beginning of the month and we just totally forget what's being said, right? So weekly readings are more fresh. It's fresh in our mind, and it's also helpful because tarot readings is all about energy at that time, right? So that would be more helpful. So if you like what you see here, please remember to subscribe, so that way you will know. I will be doing live readings. Like for instance, this one I wanted to do live reading, but YouTube didn't let me. So, but I'm not going to do any edits or anything like that. That is something that I used to do in the past with my other channel, and that's very time consuming. So this is more authentic and real and everything. So I just let whatever come through in whatever shape and form. So yeah, instead of editing and things like that, so I'm just going to keep it this way. Okay, so so yeah, if you like what you see here, remember to subscribe to the channel, like, comment, share, and support this channel. Thank you so much for your support. And then tune in every week. So I would most probably be doing this weekly readings either on Saturday or Sundays. Okay. So yes, and so that's the plan for now. Weekly readings and also new moon and full moon readings. Okay. So, and if you want me to read on a specific topic or something, please let me know. Okay. So love to you all, full moon blessings, and please take good care of yourself. I love you. And yeah, I'll see you next time. Bye bye. Happy New Year. Bye bye. Take care.